Good morning, Falcon families and friends. My name is Mike Robinson. I'm the Director of Secondary Education here, and it's been my privilege as well to be the Pandemic Coordinator for the last 2 years. What I'd like to start out by thanking you. This has been a long several months, but what I have to say is extremely positive. The community effort by our students, our staff members, our families, our constituents have been just outstanding. We have successfully navigated school in these tough conditions with a lot of help. And my purpose here this morning is simply to encourage everybody, to thank everybody, but also motivate us to have a strong finish in the second semester. We've heard the term COVID-19 fatigue around the different schools. I really believe this is a real issue that we face. It's been a long time since last March, and I believe our families have really endured many situations. I want to encourage you here at this point with this video to continue moving forward with a lot of the mitigations that we've put in place. They've been successful. We've been able to stay in school, and the kids have grown. They've grown academically, they've grown emotionally, and we're excited for that. So what I want to start out by reviewing with you is just the process of students coming to school every day, staff coming to school every day. It's very important just to refresh everybody on the symptom checker that we utilize from the Department of Education website. What we're going to show you in the next couple of slides here are that there are still symptoms, obviously, that we're looking at on a daily basis, but we would encourage you to also do this at home as a family, however way that works, before your child comes to school, making sure they're not coming to school sick. If your kids have any symptoms, we're going to encourage you to be very proactive and keep them at home. We don't want to have kids in school when we think they might be under the weather at all. So what we want to do is just reinforce what our nurses are seeing. Our nurses are seeing different symptoms, but what they're currently seeing with some of the cases that have come across in the different schools are a sore throat, congestion, headache, and a low-grade fever. Many people don't realize these are COVID symptoms. Sometimes they write them off as traditional allergies, maybe just being a little bit sleep deprived. But what we need to really strongly encourage you is to compare these to the symptom checker that you'll see on our website, on PDE's website, and keep these kids home for 24 hours until these symptoms subside. We like to say we want you to start at 6 a.m. and start that 24-hour count from 6 a.m. The following day. We want to be sure to have a full day where your symptoms can subside. Again, we are set up very nicely academically where kids can still keep up with the pace virtually on the secondary level, and on the elementary level we're very prepared to make sure your kids don't feel the stress of missing an academic day. While attendance is important to do well in school, we want to really compliment our families that if a child misses school, it really is okay. We trust the judgment of our families. Our teachers will be well informed with you about any type of absence. What I'd like to move on to is our process of a case investigation and identifying close contacts if there's a positive case of COVID-19, how that happens, what's going to occur. You know that you've seen some of our notifications that have come out during the year. When we get a report of a positive COVID-19 situation, our administrators in each building work collaboratively with the nurses, and they will conduct what's called a case investigation. We're going to talk to the families and the students that have experienced a positive COVID-19 situation. We're going to talk to students that may be in close contact with an individual, just trying to understand if they meet that definition of being within 6 feet for more than 15 minutes. We are always going to err on the side of caution before we move on to a situation and report it to the Department of Health. We like to be prepared before we have that conversation with the Department of Health so that we can have the proper dialogue, but we always work in coordination with them. An administrator will make a phone call to a family if a close contact quarantine is warranted, and we always try to bring students back as quickly as we possibly can. We try not to overreact, but we also want to do our due diligence in that investigation. When those students return to the school building, we also take them through a basic symptom screen by our school nurses. We want to make sure that a professional medical staff member has evaluated the child before they come back into the classroom so that we don't have any evidence of that former positive case in the school. We have not seen a spread of COVID-19 in the school. We're constantly battling what comes in from the outside, but I do believe our mitigations have worked here in the school building, and I do think that our oversight to any positive case has definitely been helpful as well. As I move on to the end of the message here, I want to continue to encourage you to work with your building nurses, help them to monitor symptoms of your child. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. And again, a real big thank you from the Cornwall-Lebanon School District for partnering with us as we work with the COVID-19 situation. Have a great day, and good luck to the students through the rest of the year.